Event number 3 in the triple header. 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. And it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, and SNK Corporation, publisher of the famous video fighting game, Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Along with promoters Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw. This contest presented in association with Warriors Promotions and sponsored by Public Investment Fund. Visit Saudi, STC, SRMG, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia, the national airline of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Milaf Cola, NHC. Visit Qatar, Core Group, Desert, Sky, Arab National Bank, First Data, and Sella. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the sanctioning bodies, and this is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matthew Delaglio. The 3 judges scoring on a 10-point system: Tony Paolillo, Veluska Roldan, and Tom Schreck. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Ricky Gonzalez. And now, the Fatal Fury Times Square, 3rd contest of the evening. So for all those in attendance and the millions watching around the world live on pay-per-view, DAZN.com, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing pink and yellow and weighing in officially at 146.6 pounds. His professional record, 16 victories, 13 of those 16 by knockout, against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, he is Rolando Romero. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and weighing in officially at 146.8 pounds. His professional record outstanding, 24 victories, 20 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat with 1 no contest. Fighting out of Victorville, California, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan King Garcia.
Gentlemen, you received instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up.
So can these 2 fighters now establish the electric vibe that has been missing for most of the evening? This has not been a thrilling boxing card in any way other than the setting and the quality of the fighters who are in the ring. We have not seen a great fight. If we're going to see one tonight, this is the only candidate remaining, and it was probably always the most likely candidate, Mike.
Absolutely, Jim. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, great characters outside the ring, exciting fighters inside it, 2 big punchers, and Ryan Garcia, of course, owns the fastest hands in all of boxing.
Particularly the rocket left hook. Very hard to see coming.
Yeah, I mean, he can really throw it from anywhere. He can throw it from the hip, from high up. It's a dangerous weapon.
Is the marriage with trainer Derek James permanent or a momentary thing?
I think we'll see. There was a lot of talk about Ryan reuniting with Eddie Reynoso for this fight. But Reynoso, of course, was unavailable as he's training Canelo Alvarez. That fight's in Riyadh just 24 hours from now.
Good jab by Garcia.
I like that jab by Garcia. I think that separates him for what Rolly does. Rolly don't really work behind his jab. And I think that'll keep Ryan out front if he can do that consistently.
Ryan sticks an authoritative jab. He's already landed 2 or 3 of them. You establish that punch in the first round, and it means a lot to you for the remainder of the fight.
Most definitely. And he's going to definitely offset what Rolly is trying to do, is land a big counter punch. Good jab.
So far, the first round is a Ryan Garcia jabbing exhibition. We're more than halfway through.
You know, Antonio, you're somebody that turns pro later in life. Rolly Romero didn't even start boxing until age 16.
Yeah, that's late to start. Not extremely late, but normally if you're going to be in this sport and have a career in it, you usually want to start by 10, 11 years old. Start them young, for real.
It's easy to love a fighter who has fast hands. Is it a learned trait, Antonio, or is it totally inborn as a skill?
Well, you train and you can, you know, get better at your speed, but it's something you either have or you don't. If you're a fast fighter, you can become a faster fighter or quicker if you have those abilities. I like a guy that can do pretty much a little bit of everything. Power, speed, rhythm, timing.
If I were going to come back as a fighter in my next life, and I wanted to ask for one attribute, I would ask for fast hands. I think it decides more fights than any other physical edge.
Yeah, think of the best fighters of the past 25 years, right? Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, incredibly fast hands.
Oh,
Meldrick Taylor. I can still see him.
Yeah, having speed and control is what's the nightmare.
Yeah. Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
What is the most powerful trait we have?
Good first round, dominated by Garcia's jab.
I say so.
It's the useless spears. For what they teach us, what they show us, just example of what is stored inside.
So you when you're doing this, you gotta, you can even hit him in this if you want. If you hit him in this, I'll hit him in this right here. All right? And then stepping over. He's trying to come over the top. He's trying to walk into my hand. So go the other direction.
What's living mean? It means finding a way.
Seconds out!
Ryan Garcia, that last fight against them.
Oh my gosh.
A double hook, short hook, caught Ryan right on the chin, dropped him in the second round. Rolling Romero, wow.
Biggest event of the night. Most electric moment we've seen. Now let's see how Garcia reacts.
Now
He's going to come back firing, but he's not going to hide.
Rolling Romero got to be patient right now, bro, because Ryan ain't that hurt. He's still dangerous.
And he's looking to land the left hook.
But what a shot by Rolling Romero, man. I was wondering how long it was going to take him to get inside.
Changed the whole night. Changed the whole atmosphere. The noise that now surrounds us.
And don't forget, Jay, it was actually round 2 against Luke Campbell that Ryan Garcia was dropped, and he came back to score a brutal knockout.
One thing about Rolly, he gonna get you or you gonna get him. It's gonna be one or the other. Oh, they exchanging hooks.
We definitely have our answer. Rolly Romero's power carried up to 147, huh?
Oh yeah, it looked like he's always been a strong fighter, but that weight did him good.
And those strong legs. He has a base for power in there, as does Garcia, by the way. Oh, hard right hand over the top by Rolly Romero.
That was a clubbing right hand, though. He's gonna have to straighten that out a little bit if he wants the effect that hook had. Right now, I would advise Ryan Garcia just to jab his chest, jab his arm, just put that jab on him.
Well, that was what dominated the first round. But Rolly attacked quickly in the second.
That hook was blistering. He hit him twice with 2 hooks.
So Romero's working on a 2-point round after having put Garcia on the canvas with that power explosion.
Seems like Garcia's regained his senses.
Yeah, he realized now he can get hurt. He's going to have to tighten up a little bit, close that door.
The showbiz part is over. The fight has begun.
Stop at the bell.
Good hook by Ryan right there on the ropes.
You could almost hear Ryan Garcia thinking, I need a left hook. I need to land the left hook. I need to make my point.
You stand up too high. You stand up too high. You gotta shovel. Pop. Listen, Ryan, don't relax. That's what's happening. Listen, shoot the stick and start, because he's gonna let you work up because he's gonna start doing this. So listen, start shooting, start stepping over. Breathe deep, you all right? You good? Listen, we just want to win the round.
Yeah.
Keep working and break him down.
All right, Antonio, let's take another look at the punch that put Garcia down.
Right there, ooh.
Boom.
He caught him twice right there, but that hook was solid right on the chin, and he didn't load up or nothing. He just was in rhythm with it right here. Turn it over. Bing! Great shot by Romero.
Garcia was already off balance after the first hook, and then Romero sealed the deal with the second. So now Garcia has tasted Romero's power. The job for Garcia now, in addition to getting his bearings and his senses back, is to try to make Romero taste his power.
Most definitely.
With a left hook.
And it's not just Romero's first fight at 147. This is Garcia's first fight at 147 as well.
So they should both be a little stronger.
Now, Garcia, of course, had that tumultuous 2024. He got into trouble. Waldorf Astoria got arrested for some damage to the property. But he tells me he's been sober for a while now and that he worked with his family in outpatient therapy.
Man, that's great, man, that he took it upon himself to really seek help if that was the case. And you can see, you know what I mean, with his approach to this fight, it's definitely working. You feel me? He's really applying some things to his life. I think it'll be important for Rolly now to start investing in that body just in case this fight goes long. He can at least take a little of the steam off of Ryan Garcia.
They've both been focused so far on landing a power shot upstairs. So neither of them has yet mounted a serious body attack. But it could be that the first one of the two who does that could gain an advantage. Look at Romero's upper body, and you see that musculature. See where the power comes from. Muscles in his back.
Yeah, he's a strong fighter. When I look at Romero, it looks like his style really gives Ryan some issues. You know, Ryan is not able to really effectively jab as much as he wants to. He has an awkward style, and I think it's bothering Ryan to some degree.
Well, sometimes a puzzle takes a while to solve. That's why there are 12 rounds. That's why you have a corner to talk to you between rounds. This could become an exercise in management for Ryan Garcia. With all his talents, Romero is a very tough opponent. Has already shown it.
And certainly since that knockdown, Garcia seems a little more hesitant to uncork that left hook.
Well, you got to set that left hook up. Just throwing it for no apparent reason is not going to get it done. I would like to see him really scoring with that jab, and I think he can open some things up.
Romero just missed with another right hand. First two rounds are very dramatic, and now we'll be back. Has finally erupted now in what is an action-filled fight, at least for the first two rounds, between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. And considerable drama now as we move to round 4, with Garcia already having been on his back in center ring in round 2.
Good body shot with that jab. I like both of these guys focused tonight. Rolly seemed to be mentally focused, not really getting reckless with his style. Like it.
You know, certainly this is the best battle of trainers on the entire card. Ryan Garcia with Derek James, who's led Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence to championships. And then, of course, Romero with Ismael Salas of the Cuban School of Boxing.
Yeah, and you make a great point with that. Salas from the Cuban School of Boxing. But has he had a puncher like Romero before?
Never.
Garcia sticking the jab in. Romero jabbing to the body.
He's setting up that left hook again.
He being Garcia.
Rolly setting that left hook up again. I see him faint for it. Right there is where Ryan should be snapping that jab out right there.
Just keep looking at the thickness of the muscles in Romero's body. It looks like he got more out of the rise in weight than did Ryan Garcia.
That's the jab I was talking about. He got to continue to use that jab in order to set the big punches up.
Garcia is far more likely, it appears, to commit to his jab than Rolly, who uses it more as a tactical rhythm thing.
DAZN is the official global broadcaster for the 2025 Club World Cup. Inter Miami and the Seattle Sounders are going to compete alongside Manchester City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and teams from all around the world. You can watch all 63 live soccer matches on DAZN beginning on June 14th. Not to be missed. There's also another major boxing event coming this summer. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois will rematch, this time for the undisputed heavyweight titles. Usyk stopped Dubois in 2023. Remember, some say that first fight was controversial. They will settle matters in a rematch on July 19th, live from Wembley Stadium.
Active crowd having a blast in Times Square tonight. Unique event put together by Turki Al-Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, the new force in boxing marketing and promoting around the world. And now we move to round 5 between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero.
Garcia countered real good off of Rolly's punches right then. He got the best of that exchange.
4 rounds have gone by pretty quickly, but there was thunder in the second when Romero landed a double left hook, 2 of them in rapid fire succession, to put Garcia on the canvas.
Yeah, both of these fighters, while they have power, they both have been stopped too. Romero was stopped by Pitbull Cruz last year, and then Garcia, of course, against Gervonta Davis, courtesy of a body shot.
And very interesting, our unofficial ringside scorer, as you saw at the bottom of the screen there, has had Garcia winning each of the other 3 rounds besides the 10-8 round for Rolly Romero in the second round. So at this moment, according to our unofficial ringside scorer, Garcia, despite the knockdown, leads the fight.
It's a close fight. I don't know how the judges are scoring it other than the knockdown. I think that last round could have been really close, but we'll see.
Now they tell me, and I'm feeling my way, that was the AI scorecard, artificial intelligence. Yet another way of doing it.
Garcia really is not letting his hands go much, and when he does, it's one at a time, right?
That's what I was telling you. It looks like Rolly's style just gives him a little trouble because he's usually more active than this. Maybe it was that knockdown, Jim.
He did land a body shot. And yes, you're more likely to keep your hands home if you can remember tasting the canvas, which you can certainly remember at this point in the fight.
Not just that. We talk about Haney possibly having a hangover. What about Garcia?
Right.
He had his win taken away. He was suspended for PED use. He had a big, chaotic year outside the ring, and he has a lot of questions surrounding him.
He's been off for a whole year.
No, stop.
At this stage of the fight, I think Rolly is really showing a lot of discipline. You know, to stay within it in the chess match rather than just, you know, throwing caution to the wind.
Stop at the bell, gentlemen. Huh? I don't know how they judge him, right? So you got to get busy with the jab. You can beat him with a jab. Once you beat him with the jab, you start setting up all the other shots. He's going to be so annoyed with the jab that he's not going to think about the right hand and left hook. So we need to keep the jab in his face to open him up. Shoot the jab, start fighting, then step in with the right hand. Or step up.
So Derek James doesn't know how they're scoring it, but this is how Mike Coppinger is scoring it. And this is very similar to what the artificial intelligence scoring showed us, Mike.
Yeah, but Romero is doing the best work in there. Obviously, he had the 10-8 rounds automatically in round 2. And Ryan Garcia is simply not throwing many punches right now. He's allowing Romero to pick up some of these rounds, but they are close, Jim.
Those totals are wrong. That should say Romero 48, Garcia 46.
Correct.
So Coppinger has Romero ahead in the fight. Artificial intelligence had Ryan Garcia ahead in the fight. I would rely more on Coppinger. I don't know what artificial intelligence really is.
Right.
You know, Jim, when I was with Romero in training camp in Vegas, he told me that he had lapses in concentration against Gervonta Davis and that he was learning from it. And I think you see that right here.
Looks like Rolly picking up the pressure now on Ryan Garcia.
He's fighting focused, right?
Oh, big time focus.
Left hook landed for Ryan Garcia. That was not the A-list left hook, but it was a landed punch. The A-list left hook is a rocket.
Stop. Let him go. Get off the set.
That body shot is effective and it's consistent. That one left hand to the body, Rolly is throwing. And Rolly's keeping that right hand right on that chin. Ryan Garcia hasn't had really much success with that hook tonight, Jim. And that's his patented punch.
100% correct. It's been mostly quiet through the first 5 rounds of the fight. So what is Garcia, what is Romero doing, Antonio, to take the left hook away?
You know, I'm thinking those little feints, the little jittery movement that he's doing. He's a little awkward with his approach, and sometimes that might throw a guy off. You know what I mean? And he's also powerful,
particularly if he has punching power. You don't worry about a guy's motion so much if he can't hurt you, but he's already proven that he can. So therefore, you pay more attention to those little twitches and moves, right?
And the last thing you want him to do is get a clean shot on you, Jim. That could be over.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note here that these guys are familiar with one another. They sparred a few times 8 years ago. And of course, they both, as usual, have different versions of how that sparring went. But Ryan told me that he was going to be hitting him at will on the inside.
And that ain't the case.
He hasn't been inside. He has not been inside to this moment in the fight. They have fought the entire fight from this posture on the perimeter.
And then when I look at this fight, there's not a lot being taken away from Rolly or Ryan. You feel me? If you're going to deplete a guy around from 9-10, you got to invest right now.
But if artificial intelligence still has Ryan Garcia ahead by points in the fight, it must be on the basis of his jab. He's throwing more jabs than Rolly Romero.
He's definitely doing that.
Well, Jim, artificial intelligence may be liking the jab, but I think Romero won that round.
He had some clean body shot, clean, couple two.
Won the round, and I think by any human scoring metric, Romero should be ahead in the fight. Okay, now here's a proper updated scorecard. Mike Coppinger's scorecard, not artificial intelligence. And you can see it's a 58-55 lead halfway through the fight for Rolly Romero.
I have to agree with that card. I think Ryan Garcia going to need a knockdown at least to take the momentum from a hungry Rolly Romero. He can taste it now.
Yeah, and we're entering round 7. That was the round Garcia knocked Campbell out in when he was dropped in round 2, which he was in this fight.
So it doesn't seem like Ryan Garcia has came back from that knockdown as much as he did against Luke Campbell.
Not so far, no. I think the knockdown really made him a little gun shy.
If your scorecard is right, Mike Coppinger, Ryan Garcia could win the rest of the fight by a small margin and still lose it, because the lead that Romero has is big enough to ward him off.
I think
Ryan Garcia needs to get his left hook going, Antonio.
One of these fighters need to show some separation. You feel me? Win a round decisively or something. These rounds are just too close, Jim.
Well, the knockdown is the difference in the fight.
In the fight. Good body shot. There you go. He got to get Rolly on his back foot.
Romero ducked the right hand. Missing in action so far, the electric left hook of Ryan Garcia. The punch that so bedeviled Devin Haney a year ago. Not here tonight so far.
You know, some fighters do fight better when there's chaos swirling around them. Is Ryan Garcia perhaps one of those guys?
Man, I'm thinking I'm thinking this, though. Rolly is strong, bro. He's getting hit with jabs, and he's not even moving. He's not backing up, and I think that is really what's stressing Ryan right now. He can't get this guy to retreat.
Yeah, he did tell me that this move to 147 for Romero should have happened a long time ago.
And he's strong, bro. It just look like, again, he's able to back Ryan up. Ryan is not able to back him up. Good jab. I think a 1-2 will work for Ryan, but he got to go from 0 to 100 with the right hand. Push off that jab, let that right hand come back. I think he can at least land it.
All this posing and looking is wasting time. We're in the 7th. There are only 5 rounds to go after this. It's verging toward becoming another big fight nightmare for the revered trainer Derek James, who lost last year with Errol Spence against Terrence Crawford, and may be headed for a similar result tonight if this doesn't change.
And this would be a huge upset. The fact that Ryan has so much momentum going in. We got the big fight with Haney right there on the limb, so it would be a devastating loss if he can't pull this fight out.
And James also had Charlo, who laid an egg against Canelo. Not
that was a more
fault.
predictable fight.
Right.
Yeah. That was Canelo.
Right.
to the right. Shoot the right. Listen, when he's doing this, keep shooting the jab. If you can't hit him when he's doing this, hit him in the arm, hit him, knock it down. Make him keep that arm out there. They should keep him out of it, but he can't. Hit him in the arm, hit him in this. So step over to that, hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the right. Bam, bam, bam. Listen, whenever you go to the right and the left, you're walking into the right hand, that's what he's trying to shoot the look at you. Take all of it, listen, find that, bite down, that's what it's about. Your little daughters, your little, everything you got, you, listen, bite down. This is where the dog got to come out right now. Listen, don't nobody care what you do. You feel like a champ. And the only way you feel like a champ, you got to go win it. Go get it, go get it, go get it.
Show him who's Ryan, come on, Ryan.
That speech makes clear that Derek James hears the ticking of the clock and wants Ryan Garcia to respond to the ticking of the clock.
Yeah, he realized that, running out of time. He thought his fighter would be comfortably ahead, but that's not the fight we're seeing right now, Jim.
Go ahead.
Ryan Garcia, at least, certainly looks engaged to me in the corner as Derek James was urging him to throw more punches, even if they're landing on the arm.
I think he needs to take some risks. That's the only thing that, pays off is a risk in this fight. There you go. Right there, you got to stay ahead. Just keep popping that jab. It'll open up. Nice. Keep doing that. I always was taught to add on. If you hit guy with one punch, you got to come back with two. If you throw two, throw three. So Ryan Garcia just need to add on to the combinations right now.
Romero took a shot at ending the fight right there with that right hand thrust. Big time power if he had landed the punch.
A lot of measuring, posturing right now.
Well, that's often what you see when two guys think of themselves as power punchers. They tend to wait to try to land the big shot. I think that's part of what Derek James was trying to break through with in terms of Ryan Garcia. Don't keep waiting to land the one big shot. Throw multiple punches. Rack up some scoreboard here.
Exactly. He landed a good jab right then, Jim.
I just think Garcia's losing a lot of these rounds based on inactivity alone.
He's just not doing enough, it don't seem like. You got to keep peppering that jab until something else opens up. The right hand, the hook, body shots. Good jab. Keep it up.
I want to see a right hand off the jab at least.
You're right,
or a left hook.
Add on. You got to add on. Good jab. You can see Ryan's rhythm and timing. He just needs to use it more often.
Now Rolly swarms him, carries him back to the ropes.
Stop holding. Stop holding.
Buys a little time by holding, and the referee tells both fighters not to hold.
Stop at the bell, gentlemen.
Two landed punches at the end of the round for Rolly Romero.